Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Welcome back to Rae Chats Live Show. Happy Tuesday. I am so excited to be here with y'all yet again on the late night. I call this the mommy me time. Rae Chats mommy me time on the late night. 2 days in a row. Who is this girl? Who is she? 2 days in a row. Y'all got me here on the late night while my baby girl sleep. I'm excited for us to chat tonight. We have several topics on tonight's agenda. We're going to talk about Amber Rose and the backlash that she faced for showing up at the Republican National Convention. We're going to also talk about the sad, unfortunate news of the passing of Kobe Bryant's dad, Joe Bryant. We're going to also talk about that interview that Common did on the Breakfast Club because he was gushing over his BFF, JHUD. We're going to also talk about yet again, one of these industry mother effers is being sued for SA. And yes, so we have a lot of topics on the agenda tonight. Thank you all again for being here with me. Let's get into it. First, I want to talk about Amber Rose. So if you follow me, I posted a video earlier today talking about her, in my opinion, being paid by the Republican Party to show up at the Republican National Convention. And she got on the stage. Mama had her lipstick on. She had her black turtleneck on. She was giving classy vibe. She said, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna be covered up and I'm gonna just be my presidential political vibe. Girl, please. She got on the stage and she basically said that um, she once considered herself a Democrat, just like a lot of other biracial people, and we're going to talk about that. And she was having a conversation with her dad, who is white, and she was telling him that she felt that Trump was this and he was that. And she said her dad, who at the time was a Trump supporter, told her, do your research and come back to me and prove to me that you feel that he's X, Y, and Z. So she said after doing her research, she actually found that he was nice and he was kind and he was funny, and it made her support him. And she was at the Republican convention to try to convince her following to also support him. Did y'all see the video? Um, Two things. She mentioned in her speech that she felt that while he was president, that the economy was better. She said everything is just so expensive now. What else did she say? She said gas prices, food, inflation, blah blah blah. She was reading from a teleprompter. You can clearly tell that those were not her own words from her heart. And I honestly feel like she was paid. Hey Diamond, thank y'all so much for checking in. Please make sure you are liking the video, comment, share with your people because we have a lot of things to chat about tonight, honey, because I have notes. But yes, so I honestly feel like it's my opinion that she was paid to cater to a certain audience and it did not go well. She received a lot of backlash on the internet. You had people talking about her on the news stations, and she responded. So I'm going to read one response. She basically was responding to Joanne Reed. Joanne Reed on her show shared her opinion about seeing Amber Rose at the Republican National Convention. And she basically said that she feels like Amber Rose does not identify as a Black woman, so it makes no sense for the Republican Party to try to use her to talk to that demographic when she doesn't even identify with us. And y'all know the Shade Room pulled out the receipts. She did an interview years back on Hot 97, and she said no, she does not identify as Black. She identifies as biracial. Her mom is Black, her dad is white, so she wants to give, recognition to both sides. She responded in a tweet to Joanne Reed, and it reads, "Hi, Joanne Reed." She added the lady, huh? Like she came straight to her. She added her. "Hi, Joanne Reed. I've never said I wasn't Black. I said I identify as biracial. I'm not going to invalidate my white father to make you feel better. Your president does enough race baiting for all of us." And she's talking about Joe Biden. She basically said to the lady, "I never said that. I am biracial." How do y'all feel about that? I know so many biracial people who identify as Black or they identify as white. I honestly feel like it's the both parents' role when raising biracial children to ensure that their child is tapped into both sides of their family. If you are biracial and you grow up on your Black side, you're going to totally disregard the white side, and vice versa. If you are biracial, Black and white, Spanish and white, Spanish and Black, whatever it may be, you are going to automatically identify with the culture, the norms, the food, the language to the side of the family that you was around the most. But yeah, everybody's mad at Amber Rose, y'all. And I posted a video, and people were chewing me up in the comments. And I hate talking about politics because I honestly feel like it is our God-given right to be able to vote for whoever we want to vote for. But what I want everybody to understand and to know, that voting in your local election, city council, mayor, Congress, school board, your local election that takes place in your town where you live, that is important because that is where you will see most of the changes in your everyday life. Amber Rose, feel free to support Trump. Feel free to be a member of the Republican Party. However, don't accept money and be used as bait to reel in a demographic of people that you don't even identify with. Ma'am, please. Now I see why her and Kanye was together. Moving on. Next topic. Some sad and unfortunate news. Kobe Bryant, unfortunately, is with his dad right now. The news was announced by Joe Bryant's former employer, LaSalle men's basketball team at LaSalle. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. University, where he went and he played on the team and he also coached for the team. They tweeted, "We are saddened to announce the passing of LaSalle basketball great Joe Bryant. Joe played for the Explorers from 1973 to 1975 and was a member of our coaching staff from 1993 to 1996. He was a beloved member of the Explorer family and will be dearly missed. RIP in love and memory of Joe Bryant." Joe Bryant also played in the NBA for some time, I think about 8 years. He played for the 76ers. I think they said the Houston Rockets. Don't get me the Lion, y'all, because I don't know basketball. But he, just like his late son, was also in the NBA and raised his baby boy to follow in his footsteps. And unfortunately, their family no longer have them on this earth. The news is reporting that allegedly he passed away from a stroke. I'm on ESPN.com and I'm going to read the article. Former NBA player Joe, they called him Jelly Bean Bryant, the father of Hall of Famer Kobe Bryant, excuse me, has died at the age of 69. 69 is young. My grandmother is, I'm 35. My grandmother's 75. And being around her, I still feel like that's young. So 69 is pretty young to me. An official cause of Bryant's death was not announced as of Tuesday morning. LaSalle University, where Bryant played and coached, said in a statement that Bryant was a beloved member of the Explorer family and will be dearly missed. Longtime Philadelphia area basketball coach Fran Dunphy, who is currently the head coach at LaSalle, he told the Philadelphia Inquirer that Bryant recently suffered a massive stroke. So he probably was trying to recover from the stroke and just didn't get better. Joe Bryant's seldom appearance in the public after Kobe Bryant's death in a helicopter crash over 4 years ago. The former Los Angeles Lakers superstar told ESPN in 2010 that Joe was a great basketball mind, and he credited his father with teaching him from an early age how to view the game, how to prepare the game, and how to execute the game. So we all saw that he raised a beautiful young man, beautiful family man. And it's just so unfortunate that their families no longer have them on this earth. But we just pray for them, and I hope that they rest in peace. So of course, the news announced that he passed away, and y'all already know everybody was looking to hear a statement, see something from Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa Bryant. If you follow me, you may have saw a video that I posted a long time ago where some people were calling Vanessa out because apparently she did not share Kobe Bryant's the inheritance that she received, and of course the lawsuit money. Apparently, allegedly, she was not sharing it with the family, and people were like calling her out about it. Whatever it may be, it's ridiculous. But she posted on her Instagram story today, sending our condolences upon hearing the news of my father-in-law's passing. We hope things would have been different. Although the times we spent together were few, he was always sweet and nice to be around. Kobe loved him very much. Our prayers go out to family. So when I originally read this statement, it sounds like, number one, she's addressing the elephant in the room, that unfortunately she was not around his dad. And that unfortunately her and her beautiful girls did not have a relationship with him. Although they didn't, despite of, she still decided to send her condolences on her Instagram story. Listen, there's no right or wrong way to send your condolences, in my opinion. The reality is they were not close. She still got to take care of them babies. Her husband is gone. Now their granddaddy is gone. Cut the girl some slack. And the reason why I'm saying cut her some slack is because the Shade Room, y'all know the Shade Room, they posted this on a page, and the comments are disgusting. Let me see if I can share one of the comments just so that y'all can understand where I'm coming from. Like, somebody said, "Child, bye, Vanessa. We tolerate you out of respect for Kobe. You never did right by that man's family." This is why it's so important, especially if you got a little bit of coins to rub together, that you write a will, because it is the responsibility of the person who is leaving whatever behind to specifically and verbatim, explicitly say where you want your money to go. If he did not write in his will that he wanted her to take care of his mom and his dad, it's listen, moving on. Let's not attack the lady. She said RIP. She said my condolences and my prayers to the family. Mind you, when Kobe passed away, I remember watching the funeral and me not being really a basketball person, and I didn't really like follow his everyday life outside of the sports. I was one of those people that kind of like was questioning why I really didn't see like his mom and his dad front and center at the funeral. Like they didn't get on the stage to speak. The camera was barely on them. So I kind of suspected that there was some type of estranged relationship with the family. But now that he's gone, I really, really hope that someone would reach out to Vanessa Bryant and probably try to get her to speak to her mother-in-law, because now is the time for them to come together as widows for the sake of them girls to try to live out the legacy of the Bryant men. Moving on to the next topic. Common was on a Breakfast Club. Loverboy Common. Mr. Loverman. Shabba. Common was on the Breakfast Club and he had a conversation about his boo thing, JHUD, and he was gushing over her, y'all. He basically was sharing that they work. What they have works. And he said he feels like the reason why it works compared to his other relationships is because, number one, they're both from Chicago. And he feels like they're the same type of person spiritually. He said, in terms of geography, where we're from and how we were raised, they share that bond, and he loves her. So of course, Charlemagne and DJ Envy was like, it sounds like you ready to be married. And Common fixed his lips to say, if I am gonna marry somebody, it's definitely gonna be Jennifer Hudson. Okay, JHUD done locked them down. And of course, the interview went viral and it was swirling around the internet. And his ex, Tiffany Haddish, commented on the post and she said she's happy for him and I hope that they actually get married. Because if you all remember during the pandemic, Common and Tiffany Haddish was in quarantine together. They dated during the pandemic and it did not work out. Common also has dated Angela Rye. He's also been with, I think, Serena Williams. He's been passed around. Common has been passed around. He's been with a few. He's broken a few hearts. And he's talking about wedding bells with JHUD. JHUD was married before. She's divorced. I like this for them. How y'all feel about JHUD and Common? I like it. We listen. They say sometimes you got to kiss a few frogs. Whatever they want to do, I support them. I like JHUD. Like she's literally the perfect example of living out your dreams. Like she auditioned for American Idol, did not win. She lost actually to Fantasia. She lost American Idol and came back and still did her big one in theater, in movies, her own music career. Now she's doing the talk show thing. Go ahead, JHUD. You and Common are cute. I like them. Do y'all like them? First of all, if you are tuned into this live, I need y'all to be sending me some likes. Make sure you tap the screen. Share this live with someone that you think will be interested in chatting with me about these topics. TikTok, I need to get to 3,000 likes. We're at 1,900. I need y'all to hit that, tap that screen. If you're just joining in, I'm Rae. This is the Rae Chats Live Show, and we are discussing hot topics and things that are trending on the news today. We've already discussed Amber Rose and the backlash that she faced because she supported Trump and showed up at the Republican National Convention. We unfortunately talked about the sad news of Joe Bryant. He passed away at the tender age of 69. And now we are currently discussing Common gushing over his girlfriend, JHUD, on this Breakfast Club interview. I'm here for it. Tiffany Haddish said she hoped they actually get married. She wrote the word actually in it because maybe he's probably been engaged a few times. He probably promised her marriage, but Tiffany Haddish is too wild for Common. He is too fine. Okay, moving on. I'm going to call this segment of the show There's Ish That's Actually Going On in the Real World, other than celebrity gossip and TikTok trends and viral videos. There are real things going on, around the world. And I think sometimes we really get distracted by social media. I know I do, because I don't turn my TV on. So I don't really watch the regular news. Like, I read my news. So I want to add a small little section of the show where we talk about real ish that's going on in the world. And this story is so unfortunate, but we have to discuss it. So apparently, over 2,400 patients at a hospital in Oregon was exposed to HIV and hepatitis due to negligence by anesthesiologists. I'm going to read the article, and I am reading on NBC News. Thousands of patients who were treated at 2 hospitals in Portland, Oregon, are being told to get blood tests because of an infection control breach. Breach? Like, this is not data in the internet. What? Linked to an anesthesiologist that may have exposed them to HIV and hepatitis B and C. Let me lay this out for you. Imagine you was going to your annual checkup. You was hospitalized for something. You had to get a little minor surgery. You're home. You good. It's a few weeks later, and you get an email or a phone call, however they notify them, to say, we need you to come in to take some blood tests because unfortunately, due to the negligence of our staff, you were exposed to HIV and hepatitis B and C. I smell a lawsuit. Let me continue to read. Almost 2,400 people who were patients of 2 healthcare providers, Providence and Legacy Health, are potentially affected and have been advised to take tests out of an abundance of caution. Providence Falls Medical Center in Oregon City said in a statement that about 2,200 of its patients and 2 patients at Providence Portland Medical Center have already been informed. And the statement reads, I quote, "The actions of this physician might have put patients at a low risk of exposure to possible infections, including hepatitis B and C and HIV." End quote. This statement came from a Providence spokesperson. They provided this statement to NBC News. The spokesperson said that the possible exposures were a result of someone working for a third-party contractor. So they made sure to say, this person wasn't working for us. We hired them through a third-party contractor. And they worked at the Legacy Mount Hood Medical Center. And this was in December of 2023. The anesthesiologist, who has not been identified clearly, is no longer employed by Oregon Anesthesiology Group, and the company said in a statement, listen, I feel like these phones are a distraction at the workplace. There's so many days that I'm on TikTok and I see RNs, doctors, dentists, CNAs in their scrubs doing dances on the internet, recording a day in the life of a registered nurse, a day in the life of an anesthesiologist. A lot of these medical professionals are so concerned with their phones and trying to be an influencer that they are making mistakes. There's no way in hell an anesthesiologist, that means she must have gave somebody the wrong blood or forgot to dispose of blood, because these are all blood-borne viruses like HIV. I just hope that the hospital is ready to pay 2,400 people some money, because I know if I was in Oregon, and I pray that a lot of people are not exposed, because I honestly feel like a lot of these, workers, and even myself, like I work in the office and I am on social media while I'm at work sometimes, but I'm at a desk. I'm like in a closed in space with my door closed. I don't have people's lives at the palm of my hands. I feel like there are certain industries that should ban the use of cell phones while on the clock. I know it says it in the paperwork somewhere, and I'm not saying that that's the reason why this happened, but I just feel like this new day and age medical providers, they just so different. And it's unfortunate that this person had to, lose their job, but I hope the lesson was learned, because the medical industry, y'all got to do better. I always think to myself, like, who's going to be the next generation of doctors? It makes me so scared. Like, I'm looking at, my generation and the generation that came after me. What is it called? Gen X. And I'm like, who's going to be the next generation of nurses, doctors, and teachers, dentists? Because I'm scared. I'm pretty scared. I don't know. But yeah, that's what's going on in world news. And the article that I just read was on NBC News. And it's so unfortunate, but I'm gonna try to stay. I'm gonna follow this story, because I really want to know how many out of the 2,400 of people actually got the virus as a result of the negligence from this anesthesiologist. Like, you about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Well, he or she did lose their job. TikTok, we're at 1,900 likes. I need y'all to tap the screen. I'm trying to get to 3,000 likes. We could do it. Facebook, if you are watching, thank you so much for joining. Share this live with anyone that you know, like to talk about celebrity gossip, trending topics, all things social media and trending news. Make sure y'all double tap that screen so that I can know that you're still here with me. So the next topic that I have on my list is, let me see. We talked about combat. Oh, okay. So apparently, Irv Gotti is being sued. Let me pull up the article. When the Me Too movement came out, I forgot what year it was, but when it was the height of the Me Too movement, I honestly feel like the women that were behind that movement, it's like they opened up the door and they just said to every person who's ever been abused, if someone looked at you the wrong way, they basically said, we got you. You can speak up. And since that Me Too movement, every year following the initial launch, we've heard of so many of these industry people being sued for sexual assault, abuse, so many different things. So the next hip hop legend that's currently in court is Irv Gotti. Apparently, someone took the case to a Miami court and he's being sued. I'm going to read the article from hiphopdx.com. Irv Gotti is being sued in Miami court for alleged SA, y'all should know what that stands for, and abuse that occurred over the course of 2 years. So this person is saying that it did not happen just one time. It was a continuous thing that continued to happen over and over. And she said, I'm tired. Well, I'm assuming she is she. Let's continue to read. According to a complaint viewed by Hip Hop DX, a woman, so they identified her as a woman, identified only as Jane Doe, she filed a lawsuit in Miami-Dade on July 11th, accusing Gotti, whose real name is Irvin Domingo Lorenzo, of sexually assaulting and abusing her on several occasions, dating from 2020 to 2022. And she said that this happened in St. Martin, Miami, and Atlanta. So maybe they were in a relationship because she was with him in 3 different places. St. Mark. Okay. The suit seeks a trial by jury. Wow, that's deep. A trial. That's really going to be hard. Among the accusations, Jane Doe alleged that Gotti coerced her into having sex with him as soon as they arrived in St. Martin in 2020, a trip that they took just after meeting at a poker tournament. I'm going to read that line again. Jane Doe alleged that Gotti coerced her into having sex with him as soon as they arrived to St. Martin in 2020, a trip that they took just after meeting at a poker tournament. He threatened to send her home if she didn't, and due to his power and influence in the music world, she complied. I'm going to read that again. No, I'm not going to read it. Let me break it down for y'all. She met him at a poker tournament. He said, I'm going to fly you out. They get on a plane together. They go on a vacation to St. Martin. And she said as soon as they got there, she couldn't even unpack her bag, relax, take some pictures. She couldn't even enjoy the view. He was like, let's get this thing rolling. And he forced her because she didn't want to do it. But she said, this is a quote, due to his power and influence in the music world, she had to comply. You know, we have a lot of these discussions online all the time about the generation of women that get flued out. Have you ever heard that saying, flued out? For my old heads who's on the line, flued out is when, you know, a lot of these guys, they meet these girls over social media, apps, poker game, at the club, they text. The courting period and the period of them getting to know each other is very brief. Are we still here? The courting period is very brief, and instead they decide to fly the young lady, the model, whoever she is, out. And in this case, she said as soon as they dropped down in St. Martin, he was already trying to get her drawers and she wasn't with it. Then I'm reading the article. She said she began dating him for 2 years, during which Jane Doe says she suffered constant abuse throughout the relationship. They split, and she alleged that he slandered her, and he slandered her on social media, and he left her very fearful to leave her home. As a result of this sexual abusive relationship, plaintiff has suffered severe emotional and psychological harm, for which she had to be committed to a psychiatric ward. That's very sad. The lawsuit reads, these injuries continue and affect her to this day. 50 Cent was quick to share the news about his longtime nemesis to Instagram with a screenshot of the report on Tuesday, July 16th. He included in a summary of the situation and added, oh no, eyes wide emoji. The legal fees are going to break his ass in half. He ain't got no money. Well, that's all, folks. Why do 50 Cent always try to... This is not a laughing matter. Listen, what is done in the dark is going to come to light. And a lot of these industry guys, hide your kids, hide your mama, because these women are coming for them. Like, this happened in 2020. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, this happened in 2020. Y'all see Diddy, there's lawsuits for things that he did in the 90s. These women are coming out now because they feel like finally I can speak up for whatever reason. So a lot of these industry guys better be very careful and they better get their coins out because, honey, you're going to have to pay. Moving on. Irv Gotti, I hope you got a good lawyer because they said she was admitted into a psychiatric facility due to the abuse that she suffered from him. And I'm pretty sure she got receipts. Okay. Joey Chavez. Do y'all know who that is? Beautiful model. She's also a dancer. She has a baby with Bow Wow. She also has a daughter with Bow Wow. Beautiful little girl that looks just like him and her, a mixture. Bow Wow's, I think, firstborn. I don't even know if that's his only child. And then she has a son with Future, and she's currently pregnant with a baby by a football player. His name is, let me see his name, Trayvon Diggs. So apparently she's like a social media influencer as well. And she was posting some videos and some pictures of a baby shower that her people threw for her. And people were making comments like, we don't see Trayvon. Where he at? Trayvon not there. I don't see him. And it kind of sparked the question as to whether or not they are still together. And she commented on one of the comments that said, damn, where he at? Are y'all still together? And she said, obviously we're not. And it's just so unfortunate that, you know, this is the third man that did not stand on business and create a family with this young lady. And I don't know if she wanted a family with them, but that's 3 kids that have to go through, you know, growing up in a household with their mom and their dad not together. Whatever. I'm reading from the Shade Room. Joey Chavez is back on the market. After recently celebrating her baby shower, the influencer responded to a commenter concerned about the status of her relationship with her child's father, Trayvon Diggs. If you recall, the two sparked dating rumors in 2022 and were spotted together on vacation in 2023. I want to read some of the comments on this post. One of the commenters said, Bow Wow didn't show up to his baby shower. Future, well, no more to say, and now this. Praying the next man in her life does better and that she also take the time to do some reevaluation before the next relationship. When we have daughters, we have to be very careful about our moves. They are watching. Let me like that comment. Somebody else said, this makes me so sad. Somebody else said, she's really a Libra. Right, she's probably leaving them. Imagine having 3 daily reminders that these men ain't what you. Listen, I'm praying for her. We hope that she has a safe delivery and a healthy, chunky, cute little baby, and that she has a smooth postpartum transition, because having a baby is very hard. And I don't care how much money these men have, doing it on your own in an apartment by yourself in the middle of the night, having to wake up in the morning to do this and do that, it's hard. It's very hard. So I'm praying for her. She may, you know, come off on the internet that she don't care, because she even said in a video before that she don't receive official child support from Bow Wow in Future. She's like, I do this on my own, and what they give me is what they give me. I'm praying for her because as you know, she's just a girl and I'm just a girl. We're all just girls, and we always just think that when we get with these men that possibly this one is the one. And unfortunately, he wasn't the one. You know, she was hanging out with Diddy too. She was on a yacht with him, honey. She was in a video and everything. Listen, to each his own. She's probably very happy. What's the next topic? Let me see. We talked about a lot today. Okay. Now this right here, like I consider myself a blogger, but these blogs, sometimes they go too far. There's a video of Jaylen Brown at a game with Angel Reese, and the camera people were so shady. They literally zoomed in to a private conversation that they were having and basically read his lips and posted that he said, I don't think Bronny is pro. Here we go again with this nepotism, and he don't deserve to be in the league in the NBA. His dad slid him in. He didn't work for it, blah, 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 whatever it may be. I'm just more concerned with them zooming in on this man's lips while he's having a private conversation sitting on the sidelines at a game. They literally zoomed in to him talking to Angel Reese, and I don't know who that other girl is. And they put quotation marks saying that he said, I don't think Bronny is pro. He had to come out and write a tweet. His tweet said, it's a flex to have your son alongside you in the NBA. It reflects greatness and longevity. Bronny has all the tools around him to be successful. Excuse me. I look forward to watching his growth. He really had to come out and clarify a private statement that he made, excuse me, to two women that he was sitting with on a sideline of a game. Like, the internet is so wild. I'm happy for LeBron James and his son. What else do I want to talk about? Let's talk about one last topic and then I'm gonna head out because it's late, but I love talking to y'all. My goal is to go live several times a week because I really, really want to grow my live views and my live show. I love doing reels. I love posting videos on TikTok and YouTube, but I like to talk to y'all live. Oh, I didn't even check to see if my people on YouTube have comments. Okay. Let's see here. No, I don't want to read no more sad news. Let's see here. Anything else I want to talk about? Everything else is sad news, and I don't got time. I don't want to talk about it. Do y'all watch the um Auntie podcast? They interviewed what's his name? Miss Netta and Charles. Tokyo Tony. She's wild. I still haven't watched a full episode. I've only seen clips, but I'm like, man, Zeus is about to make me buy a membership. They about to sell me into buying a membership. I just want to say one more thing about Amber Rose. I noticed a lot. Sorry that I'm going back to this. I noticed a lot of people were commenting on the video where I shared that she spoke at the convention. And they basically was trying to say, like, let people vote for who they want to vote for. Listen, this is why we are here. This is America. This is America. We are all entitled to vote for whoever we want to vote for. We are all entitled to support whichever party we want to support. But at the end of the day, it is absolutely morally wrong to criticize, condemn, separate certain groups of people. It's wrong. It does not matter what party you support. We are all the human, not the human race. Y'all know what I mean. We are all humans. I hope so. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what color, where you were born, where you currently live, how much money you make. At the end of the day, when it is all time for us to do this, and we are no longer here, none of that will matter. We really, 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 as a generation, need to take after our ancestors and prepare this world to be a better place for the generation that's coming behind us. For my baby, I have a 4-year-old, and I'm very concerned about what the world is going to look like when she gets my age. So whoever you want to vote for, you have to look at your life, the people that surround you, think about what you value, and see if that is aligned with the person that's running. Make sure you do research outside of social media. Go to their website. If they have documents, read all the documents. Everybody's talking about Project 2025. Read it. Read all of the pages. See if it's stuff that you agree with. Think about your own lives. Think about your family. Think about your kids. And read the documents for whoever's running and what they're saying they're going to do. And if you feel like their plans are in support of what you want out of life, go ahead and vote for them. Go ahead and vote for them if you want to. But at the end of the day, paying celebrities to act like they're supporting you just so that their fans can vote, they don't realize a lot of these celebrities have young followers that are clueless. They don't do research. They probably never read a book. And of course, if they see their favorite celebrity saying that they are endorsing this person, they are automatically going to vote for that candidate without reading the paperwork. So y'all do what y'all want to do. And I also want to say this too. When I post videos online about a certain topic, it is not saying that I support what I'm reporting. Rae Chats is a platform that shares information about celebrity gossip, trending topics, reality TV news, and anything that's trending online. I'm just reporting the news, people. Most of the time, I read the article. Most of the time, because the videos are so short, I barely share an in-depth opinion about the topic. So don't attack me just because I'm sharing information. That's all I'm doing. And if you don't agree with it, or if you don't care about what I'm talking about, change the channel. And the way you change the channel on social media is to continue to scroll. Swipe up. And depending on what you're watching, if you're watching on YouTube, click the X. If you're watching on Facebook and TikTok, go like this. Move your finger up. Okay, guys. I just appreciate all of my supporters. I hit 1 million likes on TikTok this week. I was checking my analytics for Facebook. My reach was about 1.5 million people coming across my videos. I appreciate you all hanging out with me and chatting with me about these topics. Don't be shy. You can comment. You can share a story with me. You can send it to me if it's something that you want me to talk about. I really appreciate y'all, and there's so much more that I want to do. Like, I want to do interviews. So if you got a platform, you're a content creator, or you have a business or a service or a product, whatever it may be, and you would like to be interviewed on my live show, send me an email. You can email me at info@raychats.com. If you don't want to email, you can send me a DM. You can write me a message, and we can schedule to get you on the show, because I don't want to talk to myself. But I appreciate you all supporting. And if you are watching the replay, what's up, YouTube? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Facebook, don't forget to like and follow. And TikTok, don't forget to like and follow. I appreciate you all, and let's do this again another day. It's so good chatting with y'all. I'm gonna head out. Good night. And bye bye, Facebook.